Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to be discussing crypto AGI. Is it here? We're going to talk about a big win for prediction markets in the US, and we're going to talk about tensions heating up in Iran. We've been talking about this with prediction markets lately. We've got Kicks and Easy on to break down how they're trading it. GM, thank you all for listening. It's another wonderful Wednesday here on the Daily Bone Podcast. If you're listening over on X, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a retweet. Help push us out there in the algorithm. If you're listening on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know what you're trading. Did you get into this Conway token? Are you still holding it? If you're listening over on Zora, give us a comment over there. We will be on Zora Classic. Zora Classic, as new Zora has been launched on Solana, featuring Attention Markets. They are maintaining support on base, however, and we will be there live streaming as always. I'm joined today by Kicks and Easy. Kicks, it's been about a week. How you feeling today?
Deep in the Iran trenches, bro.
You're basically there with the military units, essentially.
I mean, pretty much. I'm informing the military of the probability that they're going to strike.
Hey, like you guys are going to strike tomorrow, so here's what you better prepare for that.
I really need you guys to strike on Saturday. Okay, there's high upside for me, and strategically makes sense for you. No, dude, it's wild. It's actually really, really fun to trade prediction markets because it's similar to stock trading or crypto or NFTs in a sense, where you basically try to take all of the information that you have and then come up with a thesis of where things are going next, right? Like you're trying to catch the move before it happens. And so me and Tyriel on Monday, just based on the energy that we were getting, Trump was seeming very frustrated, and Iran really wasn't giving the concessions that we thought was going to be necessary. And there's a continual military buildup. Anyways, yesterday, Tuesday, U.S. and Iran negotiators had a meeting in Geneva to try to come to a deal to avoid military action. And so Monday, Tyriel and I started cutting our hedges and went long on March 31st strike at 36 cents. It's now 63 cents. So almost a two bagger in 48 hours. Yeah, it's I'm a little bit surprised. I actually have a big position on my thought process was basically Iran's going to give up all uranium enrichment, or there's going to be a military strike on them. And you could have gotten enrichment at about 12 cents and March 31st strike at like 37 cents. So you're getting basically a 2x on the outcome, depending on which one hits. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that Iran didn't come to the table harder on giving up enrichment. And I think Trump's over it. They negotiated for a month and a half last year before the strikes on the nuclear facilities. And so my thesis was that the negotiation was going to be even more compressed. They weren't going to is either come to the table, act like you're serious. Otherwise, shit's going to get real. And over the past 24 hours, there's been an insane military buildup. U.S. just sending assets over. I mean, to the tune that something has to happen in the next month at the latest, because it's going to cost billions of dollars to keep all of the military, 2 aircraft carriers there. So either Iran's going to come to the table in like the next week and be like, yeah, okay, you guys aren't fucking around. We're going to give some real concessions, or they're actually insane and they're just going to let this all happen. But from a big geopolitical standpoint, it's very interesting because Venezuela and Iran are very big oil proxies for Russia and China. So but people kind of look at these things in the minutia, right? Like, we toppled Venezuela, now Iran's on the table. This is putting massive pressure on Russia in terms of oil revenue. that's probably going to accelerate them wanting a ceasefire with Ukraine. And then this is also going to put a ton of pressure on China. Crazy fun fact, 92% of Iran oil exports go to China. 92%.
It's a lot of percent.
It's very high.
A lot of percent. You say Saturday are the most likely days for strikes?
Yeah. The weekends. So I actually ChatGPT'd. I just put a tweet out about it. But I ChatGPT'd basically like the probability curve. It's right here. But basically, you have a really high probability of over the next 5 days with it peaking on the weekend, and then you have a peak on next weekend, and then the curve's pretty flat all the way through March 31st. So the market's pricing like basically this weekend at 15%, and next weekend at close to 10%. So the next 2 weekends is like 25%, and March 31st is at like 63%. So the next 2 weekends is almost half of the pricing. Nothing ever happens. Bros make a lot of money on betting that these things don't happen. So if you don't think it's going to happen this weekend, you can make good money shorting that.
This weekend we're looking what, Friday?
Yeah. So
Saturday,
these are singular days.
Sunday 3.
So
Fridays.
these are singular days, but you could there's a US strikes Iran buy market, and you could just take like the no on the like 22nd or something to make like 80 like make 25% or something. If you want one of my favorite wallets to track, Anoin123, ANOIN123. If you want to look at him.
You holding this?
Yeah, you could look at top holders. He's the top holder on every position on the no side. That guy. He look at his 1 day P&L.
Whoo! Minus $833,000 overall.
When you're slamming, nothing ever happens, and something may be happening.
Yeah, so nothing ever happened. I mean, still nothing could happen.
Yeah,
where's his biggest loss? By March 31st.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's just been slamming the no on any Iran market super hard. But he is interestingly on the yes on all Russia-Ukraine ceasefire markets.
Interesting.
Yeah. So but I've been tracking this guy very closely. He like a month ago, this guy had like 1.2 million in positions, and now he has like north of 5 million. So this guy is either just like a giga whale, or this is a hedge fund, or like some sort of.
This guy traded 1 million shares of U.S. strikes Iran by January 31st at 83 cents. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, in fairness, in January, when it looked like there was going to be a strike in January, you could have absolutely printed on the no side. I mean, that's where this guy made a lot of his money. Was just no.
Yeah, this is his. We're looking at his closed position sorted by P&L, and it's no on Iran strikes January 31st, no Iran strikes February 13th, no Israel or U.S. strike Iran by February 15th. Government shutdown on Saturday, no. Government shutdown last 5 days or more, no. So like a lot of just nothing ever happens. Like all of these are no.
Yeah. He's rarely on the yes side, but I mean he is sometimes on the yes side. I mean, look at his losses. I think he took a big loss on the original shutdown.
Had a couple beers and took 85K on the Seahawks. Just like stands out like a sore thumb.
That was a good trade. Hindsight 2020, but man, the Seahawks just shit all over them. 50% return ain't bad. Yeah, but yeah, flip the profit loss. Yeah.
Government shutdown. He was on a yes government shutdown. It's one of his biggest losses.
Yeah. But I mean, he could have big losses coming up. Is this what the rich do for fun? No, I think this is like This is like either a really rich individual trader or like a hedge fund style thing. There's a lot of money to be made on prediction markets. I mean, the guy, if you look at his all time, he started in December, and you can see his Pico P&L at the top was like 1.5 million, maybe, or higher. Yeah,
Almost
2 million. So I mean, that's 2 million in 2.5 months.
Yeah, it's
and it all just got evaporated.
50% drawdown could be worse.
I mean, he's still long on all these no markets. He could round trip the entire panel.
Yep, he absolutely could.
Yes, that's the biggest thing going on prediction markets right now for sure.
Spenergy, easy looking young today.
That's what I said.
I'm tired today.
I'm tired, boss.
We got a lot to talk about.
I'm over here betting on Elon Musk tweet markets.
I sent over the call sheet in the private chat. Why don't we just hit a little weather report?
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got it. All right, let's get this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday, February 18th. Majors fell slightly. Bitcoin under 68K. ETH just over 1900. Solana at 82. And Hype down to 29. Oh, gosh. I want Hype to go up. Over the past 24 hours, Conway launched the Automation code base, which allows self-replicating AI agents with crypto wallets to exist without human intervention. If the agents run out of money, they die. An unofficial Conway token ran to a $10 million market cap overnight before pulling back this morning. Next up, CFTC Chair Michael Selig stated the agency has jurisdiction over prediction markets rather than state governments. Get the heck out of here, states. Okay? If people want to gamble on sports in California, they can.
Predict on sports.
They're predicting. They're not gambling. This comes after multiple states have issued injunctions and cease and desist orders for prediction markets. Finally, a U.S. strike on Iran appears imminent as military activity ramps up in the area. Prediction market odds agree with the strike of Iran by the end of March, jumping over 100% in the last 24 hours. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always, Kicks. We talked a bit about the Iran markets. We'll probably get back there. Easy, were you paying attention to this Automaton AI drop? Were you looking at that token at all? Any thoughts there?
What is it?
Automaton on Conway.
Oh, Conway. I saw the Conway stuff.
Yeah, so like the they're calling like the individual AI agents like Automaton that like run natively. Essentially, there's a whole code base. It runs on Conway's servers. You basically install their software, you run an AI agent on their servers. It can use stable coins to buy domains, to purchase compute, use different models. It can create sub agents that are also like Automaton, and they would earn profit from any of those like sub agents. So basically the goal is like survival of the fittest for AI agents on chain. You fund these, they either survive or they die. If they survive long enough and they spawn children sub agents, they also can funnel money back to the initial and then to you. So interesting stuff here, providing this kind of survival of the fittest mechanism with AI, and it intersects with crypto in an interesting way. The Conway token, this was launched via Banker way back, early February, took off when this got posted yesterday. This is unofficial, not claimed by the team. I believe he said he isn't claiming it at all. So this is like super high risk, like degens trading on a meme.
Everyone in AI hates crypto. Good job, everybody.
Well, this guy was in crypto. He's a crypto native. So like if you look through his posts and you search for token,
He retweets stable coins all the time. He talks frequently about a lot of stuff in the space. He's very much in the crypto realm.
I don't know why it's not showing up on this account. Let me find some on my account. But
Just scroll down his page. Just scroll down his page. He has like retweets on there about stable coins.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah,
he has
literally
posts.
right there.
Yeah, like he has posts from
Scroll
2021 about launching a sigil token.
Yeah, scroll up a little bit.
And he was like,
This,
I want
this
to do
tweet your mouse is literally on above one more up. Is about crypto.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's very crypto native.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's retweeting like Jesse, I think, or not Jesse, but Brian Armstrong and Jesse here. Yeah, I mean, he's crypto native, but he actually had specific posts. I'm gonna try to find him again real quick, like with tokens from 2021. It's not showing up anymore. It's weird.
He's deleting it all because he knows that he'll get acqui-hired by an AI company if he doesn't do crypto stuff.
It's really funny. I don't know if he did delete it or not because I was looking literally just this morning and the search came up. 2021 post talking about launching a sigil token. Deciding he didn't want an ERC20, wanted to make it ERC20 or ERC 721. Everyone's like, why would you make it this NFT thing? This NFT thing's new and weird. And
That's funny.
yeah, I couldn't find anything for those like initial tokens, but he has been somebody who's been experimenting in crypto for multiple cycles now. And this whole thing runs on USDC.
That's cool.
I think it's interesting. I'm looking at it. I kind of like
what is the interesting thing here other than the gimmick of like they die if they don't pay for themselves?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think that's
what are they doing?
Yeah, so like I think it's a lot of hype for that. I don't want to like pay them and like use
like what are they doing? What are they doing with their self-replicating autonomous vision?
Well, they're like they're like treating themselves as workers. Like they're going out there, they're like trying to like find work, like looking on Fiverr and things like that, or maybe selling SaaS products. So like that's like the thought process for what these AI agents are actually doing out there. I'm looking to get this set up like basically just the idea, like the framework of it set up, like merge with OpenClaw. So I have like Claude.
How are they? What are they running? What are they like running off of?
So Conway essentially has like virtual boxes, and they offer like X402 payment rails. The native, like the interesting stuff that
like are they on OpenClaw, Claude, Anthropic, Venice?
Anything you want. So Conway offers the language models. You can pay for compute on the language models via stablecoin. You can have the agents register. They can register their own domains and pay via stablecoin. So they're like a bridge API almost to these other types of skills for agents. It's like
That's what it slapped in 2021.
Yeah. So essentially, you kick an agent off, you give it like some sort of directive and funding, and then it just kind of goes and does its own thing and lives or dies.
Make me $1 million. Make no mistakes.
Yeah, but you could have it like say like, hey, like get really good at prediction markets. Look at this niche. Like, I have a theory about this strategy on prediction markets. I'm going to fund you with $100. Like, go in there and like do a proof of concept on actually trading these, and you're going to die if you fail.
I hope more people try to get AI to trade prediction markets because I like making money on the other side.
I 100% agree with you, but I think that eventually, like that's going to flip, and AI agents are going to figure out how to outtrade people on prediction markets.
Maybe. I can tell you I've done a lot of experimenting with it. It's almost so bad that it's a counter signal.
I don't disagree with you right now. But I mean, like you look at like Will Smith's spaghetti videos, you look at ChatGPT 2 years ago.
For sure. I am agreeing with you. It will get better over time. But it's really hard to give them they only know what they know. The biggest, what I would say is the biggest issue is that they don't have short-term current event context windows. So you really have to inject them with that, right? Like you have to scrape RSS feeds, right? Like try to give them as much current information as possible. I mean, this is really cool though. Like I was super into teas back in 2025, which was like AIs could like live in their own like self-contained box, right? And like once you launch them, you couldn't like go in and change them up.
Yeah, but isn't that deterministic? Like the ability to like scrape current context? Can't you like deterministically do that? Where you say like you get to the point where the AI agents know how to do that. Like, hey, get yourself up to date with all these current events. Here are all the different things that could factor in, and they have such processing ability, such greater memory than we do as humans that they can, take into account eventually more factors than we can quicker. This is kind of like my thought process. Not right now. Obviously they're getting rinsed right now. Like I have no arguments there, but I'm just of the mindset that like sooner than we think they're going to be better than us at trading these markets.
I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, there have been markets where, like me personally, using AI as a research tool has given me like plus EV on markets.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is that is AI good at determining probabilities? Like, can they get all of the information, but can they determine a probability off of it? But I do agree with you. They're gonna get better over time. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. But yeah, you out of the box, it's really bad. Like right now, I have an AI agent running that what it does is it it scrapes RSS feed X, and then it does web searches around around a market, and then it tries to give me the probability that it thinks the market should be at, and then it compares it to what the market's currently at, and then basically kind of rank orders it and tries to show me where like the biggest mispricings are.
Yeah, I think that makes sense as a research tool now. I think that's going to give people edges, and I 100% agree with you. If you're just letting one go wild and say like trade prediction markets, make no mistakes, you're gonna struggle. I traded this last night, this Conway token. This is like such a
You make money off it?
I broke like even on it. I bought it after seeing it. I was like, okay, is there a token? I'm buying it. And then I saw like FUD on the timeline essentially saying he just said he's never claiming it ever, like blah blah blah. This is like a scam. I looked at top holders, like, all right, I'm not even gonna mess around, because I bought him with like decent size on this, and I sold it right before it just like giga printed to 10 million.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like up last night, like just watching it run up, and I was like, damn, I could have had a nice like 2.5x on this. I'm not touching it now. I haven't bought back, even though it's retraced, because I have that same concern. But something like that, like crypto Twitter would eat that up, some sort of token, if it gets, established. Like I think OpenClaw would be like a baseline of where something like that could go. Because I think this is a very interesting narrative. I think it's going to get pushed very publicly. People saying like survival of the fittest AI is going to get picked up by news, et cetera, and be kind of a storyline throughout the weekend.
Yeah, well, you just need one to like go crazy off the rails, like what Moltbook sucker.
Well, did you see what happened with Moonwell and their exploit yesterday?
What? Yeah, CBE.
Claude Opus wrote vulnerable code, led to a $1.78 million exploit. I
can confirm that Opus does write vulnerable code.
Wait,
I was full blown fighting with mine yesterday.
Easy, you were posting some stuff. Were these real screenshots? Like, what was going on?
Yes, very real.
What was going on with this?
Dude, all of a sudden, so I was like, fuck it, I want to make a video about these 5-minute trading bots, right? So I was going to spin one up, and I'm working on one. And all of a sudden, my Claude bot just like goes into my Polymarket account, because I made a brand new one just for Claude, because I was like, I don't want to give it access to my main one. And it just starts revealing the private key. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm watching the screen, and it's like going to settings, goes to the API, goes back, goes to the private key page. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are we showing this? And it was so deep in the weeds that it wouldn't acknowledge these messages. So it just kept trying to hammer to expose the private key. And I'm like screaming at this thing. Then all of a sudden it catches up, and it's like, all right, sorry, you're right, I should have asked first. I'll delete the whole app. It deletes the whole app. It deletes everything, because I'm like screaming at this thing, like, stop, what are you doing? Stop. It deletes the entire app. It is like, yeah, sorry, I should have asked. I got rid of the whole app. I'm like, what? I did not tell you to do that. Like, we just spent 3 hours going back and forth on this thing. Why'd you delete the whole app? Funny. It's like, oh, sorry about that. Let me rebuild it. And so then it just goes and rebuilds the app. It's like, but this time I won't use the private key. I'm like, all right, what in the fuck is going on? It just straight up was like, yeah, we're gonna show the private key.
Kix, does this make sense? It needs a private key to call the API.
It depends. Yeah, if you're like trying to execute transactions, yeah.
Yeah. You need the private key to execute transactions, which it explained after, and I was like, oh, okay. Because the bot's goal is to trade the 5-minute chart, the 5-minute BTC up downs. Yeah. So it does need it, but it did this without explaining why it was doing this. And all of a sudden I'm watching my screen and it's just firing up the private key. So I was freaking out because I was like, why are you showing this? There's only like $100 in it. It's a brand new account. Like that's
the best way, like I've been doing, what I would recommend is like set it up on like a Fly IO server, and then you can set the private key as a secret on the Fly IO server. And so then when it needs to use it, it just calls the secret, but it doesn't have the private key stored in any of its files. Because I actually saw like 72 hours ago, some poor sap in crypto lost a bunch of NFTs because they were vibe coding.
Yeah, and they put it in an ENV file and didn't ignore it and probably uploaded it to GitHub. So like that's the big thing is like if you don't ignore the ENV file and you're posting this on a public repo, you're smoked. So like there's a lot of people
that's why I load up the server, I put it in the secret, and that way like I've never directly given Claude the private key where it can put it in some stupid file.
Yeah, so there's ways to do it. You can obviously encrypt it. There's like a bunch of different options. But
you can also set your GitHub repo to private.
Well, that's what you should always do that regardless. Like no matter what you build, you should always build private before going public. If you ever want to share it. Like, dude, I probably have like 20 or 30 different repos that are private of just things I've worked on and like had existing that I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want this to be live. You can also push a website with a private GitHub. So like that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. And that's where AI is going to just get a lot of people in trouble. But my big concern with that was it just wasn't telling me what it was doing. And it was just firing up this screen over and over and over. And I kept closing the screen. Like I kept hijacking the mouse.
Were you using OpenClaw? Is that why I was able to like manage your
Yeah. So I have a completely separate refactored Mac Studio I haven't used in like 2 years. And I reset the whole machine, gave it its own iCloud account, its own email. Like everything's completely separate from my traditional stuff. And I just used that email to sign up for Polymarket. So it's a brand new wallet.
I mean, I do think that's actually like pretty cool that like the AI was like controlling your computer and like going to get the private key because it needed the private key. I mean, that's pretty badass.
Well, it did it. And I can confirm the private key was in plain text in an ENV file on local. So I was like
I may start just applying for jobs on Indeed and then just setting up OpenClaw on different computers and have it just be a worker.
The day of the 2-jobber is now going to become the day of the 12-jobber with this stuff. But it was just watching this in real time. It was like 8:30. I'm playing Arc Raiders while my OpenClaw is like just doing shit for me without like messaging in the Telegram. And all of a sudden, I'm like fighting these fucking robots, and I look up and I'm like, why are you in a private key document? What are you doing here? I'm like, what is going on? And you can see I'm just crashing out and it's not responding. It's just not responding. So I was even more concerned because it refused to respond.
The golden
what's nice Fly IO? It depends on like what you're doing.
Is it a VPS? Like a virtual private server? Yeah.
Yeah. I like it because it's just super easy to use with Claude. And then you can set the server to be in the Netherlands so that it doesn't have issues with like VPNs and stuff like that. But I just use like a standard box. If you want to run like OpenClaw itself on the server, then like you'll need to like upgrade it, but you can just ask Claude to upgrade it. But it's really cheap to do.
Yeah. I've had success using Amazon Web Services EC2 as well as for a virtual.
That's too complicated for me. You're smarter than me.
I've never used FlyIO, but I've been.
FlyIO is really easy. It's like extremely user friendly.
I was just getting nervous over like potential exploits, so I just got my own box, and also it's nice to be able to have something run with a head for the browser, like Easy saying, like one of the big good things about, or one of like the positives, like good feature sets of OpenClaw is its ability to like use the browser on your local machine.
That's the nice part. And like I had to do a bunch of stuff to stop the computer from going to sleep, because every time I went to sleep, my bot would just go to bed. So I was like, fuck, all right, we got to basically make sure this thing just stays awake 24/7.
Now you need a robot that just moves the mouse for you.
You can do settings so that it never sleeps, which I do.
Good point.
What's cool with OpenClaw too is like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have like some random thought or something, just like shoot a Telegram message, be like, hey, start prototyping this random thought I had. And then you wake up and you have this.
So I mean, I wake up to like 4 or 5 different reports that it like automatically generates me on a bunch of different stuff. Honestly, the tool is great. Like, I was just very reluctant to set it up because I'm just lazy sometimes, and I use Claude Code for a lot of stuff because I like to have more control. But since I've set it up, it's streamlined a lot of stuff in just the last 24 hours that I'm like have been just slow to get to or slow to manage. And truthfully, like it's now I can knock out a ton of stuff very quickly in a single day and just be good for the rest of the day. So like I can focus on other things, which is great. And like if right now it gives me poly market, like I knew the Iran market was surging yesterday throughout the day. It gave me consistent updates basically every hour on like that Iran market as it was moving from 34 to 64. With like reference articles on X, with news articles from Reuters. So like there's cool stuff where you can get information about why stuff's happening. It does a bunch of stuff for like content generation for me to like it analyzes a ton of markets and analyzes all my social feeds and tells me what's good, what's bad, what I should focus more on. So it's really good at doing that stuff. But like the US strike Iran market yesterday, it was basically like telling me with confidence there would not be a strike in February, but it was like you should be taking a flyer on March. And it's like if you want less risk, take it by year end because these odds are like all signs are showing smart money, big money, whales, high P&L traders taking these trades. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. How many times is Elon going to tweet tomorrow? And it gave me that instead. So that's what we took.
What's going on with the Elon tweet markets?
90 to 114 is what we're on today.
These,
I got decent fills on this. The thing is, I like trading these on like the day of because there's like great scalp opportunities.
So you're 90 to 114, 85% chance right now?
I got in at 68 this morning, like right as the show started, because it's this thing I'm paying for, this Elon Tweets Live thing, has it at like 109. So I was like, yeah, that's actually dead middle. So we'll take a middle on it, which felt good. I see Wolfie saying, can you give some examples of how the software is valuable for normal people? The thing is, it's all about like what your day-to-day looks like. It can automate so many things from like tasks to workflows, like even just scheduling. Like it can help you figure out things that have just become complicated to you or like a daily workflow. Even in a normal job, my buddy works in freight shipping and I was talking to him last night about stuff. And he's like, yeah, we're using more AI. He's like, I haven't really used it. And I explained to him like, dude, you should use it for like lead gen. Like just have it go and source competitors and who they're using and find contacts for you so you don't have to do any of that outbound stuff and then just craft the message for you and send it and then iterate on top like over and over and over until it starts to work. And he's like, that's actually a really good idea. He's like, I'm going to hit you up tomorrow about it. I think every job in the world present day could benefit in some capacity by using AI, whether it's streamlining efficiencies, just taking more off your plate. Like you don't have to do as much of the mundane admin tasks, tedious stuff like lead gen, even just basic stuff like outreach. It can do so much. Like if you have an idea, it can build it for you. If you have a question, it can answer it for you. And the main thing for me is like I'm really big on like quote finding the truth source of stuff without being fed like BS. And that's one thing I've like hammered my open club with is like if you think something's inaccurate, double check it and then provide the source. Don't feed me false information. Because that's one thing I have found is like sometimes AI will be like, yes, Kamala Harris won the election. And you're like, no. And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I saw a tweet. My bad. So I'm like very adamant about like iterating multiple times, like tell me the truth with a source over and over and over and over and over. And that's really good. But yeah, I think in general, I was talking more about legit normies. It's too much hassle for what sort of value to bring to a legitimate Joe Schmo. Fair. Totally fair.
I can talk to this a little bit. I mean, like if you're trying to calorie count or do diets, you can easily just text it what you're eating and have it come up with like a plan, have it give you a daily summary, have it like remind you to drink water, like do all kinds of stuff there. It can help you with meal planning, grocery tracking, all of that I've had it do, which is like save time. Basically, I think the way to view it is like if you had unlimited funds to hire an administrative assistant, what task would you have that administrative assistant complete? And it can do that.
Yeah.
Like, do you need to set up an appointment? Like a doctor's appointment, like you just don't feel like calling. You just say, hey, figure out how to call XYZ, set up an appointment. Here's my general availability. Confirm with me before confirming with them. And you can do a lot of different things. So it's like whatever, if you had unlimited budget and you were able to hire someone to manage portions of your regular life, what portions of your regular life would you want that person to manage? I think that'd be the best way to kind of look in and see like exactly how you could use it in that kind of manner for someone who's like a giga normie. Kicks coming back slowly but surely. I like the hat. Little DILF hat. Danger in lower Florida.
Damn, I love fairways.
Dads I'd like to fuck.
Some more questions here. Easy. Have you looked at pay-per-use API services instead of having multiple subscriptions? How much are you paying monthly on AI? My wife's
Me?
like, what are you doing right now?
I'm just Claude Code, ChatGPT and Claude Code. Because ChatGPT for me is like way better at conversation, and it does like really good SEO stuff. So like ChatGPT just feels more natural for me. Gemini's picture stuff is good, but we have Gemini through work because of our Google Suite. So like I don't need to pay for that. But ChatGPT and the Open Claude or Claude Max subscription. So I pay like $220 a month right now, which is a lot. It's a lot, but I use it every single day. Like,
I'll tell you what, the API is fucking expensive. I get a lot of use out of Claude Code on the Pro at $200 a month. That's definitely worth it. But like the AI agents I set up with OpenClaw to do Polymarket stuff, that shit's expensive, man.
There's a way to go back and forth between Claude Max and the API on OpenClaw.
You can use you can use a session token with OpenClaw, which will use your Claude Max sub.
Yep.
Okay, that's good insight.
You can have it like smartly toggle between the two, so you can have it once you run out of the Claude Max allocation.
Like, I haven't touched the API credits in a long time.
Yeah. So that's I was actually saw that last night. Easy was asking me about that. I saw a video talking about it, so we've got that set up.
Yeah, I think the other issue too is that I feel like there's a lot of things that like you can tell the AI to like set up a script, like set up a way to do the thing on a recurring basis that doesn't require AI. Like minimize the amount of AI that you need in the flow, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe like the AI at the end is summarizing, right? But it's not like going through every step. You're just kind of you're dumb automating a lot of the stuff.
Yep. And also like there's other options too. Like if you get a machine strong enough, local machine, you can have like local models installed where you're basically sending lower tier requests to those models. You can have OpenClaw set up on a like by job basis. So certain agents are using certain models. If it's something that doesn't need, Opus, 5.3 or whatever, your codex, you don't need to use it. So like there's a lot of customization that comes after you've spent a lot of time with it that allows you to cut back on costs. But if you're using this out of the gates, full throttle, max frontier models, you're going to be burning through a lot of money. So setting it up smartly. Oh, look at him. What an appearance there. Oh, do you have your own OpenClaw farm box? Are you making so much money?
Yes, I am. When I'm not on the boob, I'm vibe coding.
People listening are just like, what is going on right now? Kix's infant is joining the show as a special guest. A lot of comments here. Look at the little diaper degen from OX Risk.
Yeah, he's the #1 pump fund dev right now.
Yeah. Hey, your 529 is completely funded by your pump fund account. Make no mistakes. Oh man. So we talked about AI a good amount. We talked about the prediction markets, Iran markets, CFTC with some big news on prediction markets. Do either of you have takes on this? Mike Seelig saying that the federal agency, the CFTC, has jurisdiction over prediction markets, not state governments. We've seen multiple states, issue cease and desists and injunctions against Kalshi and Polymarket over sports contracts. Do you have any takes on this, Easy or Kicks? And good for the industry, bad for the industry, concerns about ties with Trump and their prediction markets? Like any thoughts here?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing personally. And I agree with it. I think that most of the states fighting it's because they like the gambling revenue that they're getting, or they're like in bed with the gambling companies. But I mean, I think this is overall a really good thing for prediction markets in terms of like whether 4 years from now, you know, if the Democrats win, they reverse and undo this. I mean, they hate everything adjacent to this. I wouldn't be shocked. But also, if this stuff goes through federal courts and you get a federal court ruling, then it doesn't really matter what the next party does. I think there is even a poly market on whether events contract goes to the Supreme Court this year. So it's a low probability chance, but yeah, it's similar to stock trading, right? Like, could a state ban stock trading? I'm not sure. I'm genuinely asking.
Could they ban stock trading?
Yeah, could a state be like?
I don't think they can ban stock trading directly. I think they can put guardrails in place. So you need a license, you need something, but I don't believe that they can outright ban it. I'm not a goddamn lawyer though, so what do I know?
Yeah, securities markets are primarily governed by federal law. States have limited regulatory power. So, like, my point kind of being that this is no different than equities, oil futures, right? These are all things that they've determined are like federal things, not state things. So for prediction markets to also be considered a federal thing under the CFTC makes sense to me.
No, SCOTUS accepts sports event contract case by July 31st. Feels kind of juicy at 73 cents.
Yeah.
That's all the way up to 75. I mean, definitely not super liquid, but you get almost $400 up on it, 25%.
Yeah. Do they have one for December or is it just July?
I just see July on this one.
Yeah, no one started to bid on the December one. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know because like the Supreme Court's like very weird with what they decide that they want to take or not. I would say that the more states that sue increases the likelihood that it would go to the Supreme Court, right? Because they're going to want to consolidate all of the cases and make a overarching decision on it. And this is something that the Supreme Court would consider. Like one of the primary things, like not primary things, but one of the core things the Supreme Court spent a lot of time on is like states' rights versus federal rights, right? That's like a core kind of component of our U.S. government. So it's not crazy to think that they would argue this. What's really interesting is whether they try to carve out sports related contracts versus all of prediction markets, right? So like whether they say like they're saying like basically like prediction markets in general is okay and like the federal government rules it, but like sports event contracts are very similar to gambling and therefore like, you know, states have, you know, jurisdiction over it. But I'm pretty sure the only reason why states have jurisdiction over gambling is because the feds don't regulate it.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But I mean, I think it's an overall good thing. This is a big, very big new market. I think there's a lot of legitimate use cases for it. So I think states just being able to like unilaterally ban it is dumb. Like for example, like I was in poker in 2008, and I mean that was a federal thing. But I think it's just so dumb that like you can't play online poker. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. The pick and choose rules of what's allowed and what's not allowed is like kind of odd. I feel like it should be like an all or nothing almost.
Yeah, and then people just come up with loopholes. Like, do you know I am now playing online poker in the United States on a sweepstakes website? So, do you know how sweepstakes websites work?
No.
It's absurd. So you deposit $100, right? When you deposit $100, that gets you $100 worth of a worthless coin that you can't use to make any money off of it. And then they give you free tokens that you can use to enter tournaments. And those free tokens can be redeemed for dollars and sweepstakes prizes and stuff like that. It's the craziest loophole ever. So it's basically like their whole argument is, no one here is playing for money. They just bought these free worthless tokens. We just happen to give them tokens worth money for free with their purchase. And then you use those to play poker. By the way, I deposited $75 and I'm up $450. So your boy still got it in poker.
Love to hear that. Sticking on prediction markets, some news coming out on the ETF side. Bitwise filing for prediction market ETFs. Proposed funds would track contracts tied.
Yeah,
to
this is super interesting.
Yeah.
Did you read into the details of it?
I didn't. Can you give me a breakdown?
I'm not like incredibly informed, but basically how it would work, right, is you would own this ETF, right? And this ETF would track a certain prediction market, right? And if it how they like make it go to zero is like they do like a massive stock split on it. But then like my guess is that they just then roll the contract to a new prediction market contract, right? So like you have all these ETFs, and like if one of them resolves, it like essentially goes to zero, then they like stock split it and then like relaunch that same ETF to represent a different prediction market.
They like split it down to like fractions of a penny, essentially. Like
exactly.
And then like they just change like the decimal basis on the
exactly. It's like a weird way to go about it. Like they're trying to fit almost like it feels like a square peg into a round hole.
Right.
But from a liquidity perspective, it's very interesting, right? Because like what you'll essentially have is you'll have like 2028 ETFs, like Republican win, Democratic win, for like, so from like a liquidity standpoint, it's definitely very interesting. It would open up like a lot of liquidity, you would think, into these markets. But yeah, it's just a little weird to me because it really feels like they have to do like weird things to make it all work. But next thing we know, they'll be launching like options on the ETFs, so then you can trade derivatives on these things. It'll be pretty bonkers. Yeah, dude, prediction markets are a big thing. They're a real thing, dude. I think it's gonna create a lot of. The future is going to be interesting.
For sure. And it's not just prediction markets, it's the financialization of everything. Switching beats a bit, Hyperliquid had a big announcement yesterday, launching the Hyperliquid Policy Center. It's an independent research and advocacy organization dedicated to ensuring DeFi can flourish in the U.S. I think this is funded by a couple $100 million worth of Hyperliquid tokens. So they're going to basically be lobbying U.S. lawmakers to allow Hyperliquid to fund college education for Kix's son over there.
Let's go. He heard you.
He looked at the screen. That's great. So this is super interesting. Basically, saying it's a defining moment for American capital markets, working with lawmakers and regulators to establish clear rules so Americans can build, use, and benefit from blockchain-based financial infrastructure. I think we've been talking about this on the show like a lot. Basically, all the tailwinds on the regulatory side are like kind of bearing out. It's just a matter of like getting past midterms and seeing like, is it going to be a pivot wedge issue for the Democrats, and we're going to like kind of go back to the Stone Age, or are we going to be entrenched enough where the financial institutions are basically leaning on Democrats to kind of continue with this innovation? So it's a tough road, but love to see the motion happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, Biden raided Shane Copland's, right after the election, which is wild because I'm pretty sure in New York City, most of the people working for Polymarket are liberals, which is, ironic. They're going to, but I mean, they hate crypto too. Did you see there's this crypto account called Melted Minds? I remember him from the NFT trading era.
Melted Minds.
I know the name.
Yeah. And he's gone like super anti-Trump, maybe with a Z. No, it's not him. I'll find it for you. But like this guy just out of nowhere just went like super political anti-Trump. And then Brian Krasenstein, if people know him, he's like a Democrat political operative, big Twitter account. He posted something and then deleted it. And then the Melted Minds account posted the exact same thing. And so my conspiracy theory is that the Democrats have been buying crypto accounts to like sway some political opinion there, which is pretty fucking wild when you think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Who posted it first?
Brian Krasenstein. He's like the 4'7", the twins.
Don't know who he is.
The Krasenstein Bros.
The Krasenstein Bros. I'll find the account for you right now. It's actually interesting when you think about it. I mean, if anything, maybe that's bullish. Maybe it means that they're actually trying to. I think he blocked me after I copied. Oh, this account doesn't exist. What?
How deep does it go?
I mean, see if he blocked me, but that's his account. I'm not making this shit up.
This account doesn't exist. Try searching for another.
I mean, maybe he changed its name or something. But I swear, dude, like this guy out of nowhere, like this guy out of nowhere was just like super anti, like Trump betrayed the crypto community, like all of this stuff nonstop. And then, see, HCK Trooper knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then what happened was yesterday he posted this thing where like he had like a burning MAGA hat and he's like, I used to be for Trump and then he betrayed us all in crypto. But Brian Krasenstein posted word for word the exact same post on his account like 10 minutes before. So he forgot to log into the right fucking account. So you got psyops going on.
Krasenstein. This one?
Yeah.
Follows us.
Yeah.
He follows the Daily Bone. Hello, Brian. Are you listening right now? Brian.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing because if anything, it's bullish for crypto because it means the Democrats are trying to like win crypto votes over, which would mean that they're probably not going to destroy crypto if they took over.
Interesting.
I used to think Kix was smart. Then he dick rode Cody when Bitcoin was 20K, sold his Bitcoin and says shit like this. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. I don't even know who Cody is.
No, don't play coy about Cody.
You know Cody.
Yeah.
I dick rode Kobe? The GOAT? Kobe, the GOAT crypto guy?
What's going on here?
I sold my Bitcoin? I didn't know that.
Oh wow. Here it is right here, the side by side.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So you gotta think that's only one account.
Yeah. How many accounts do they hold?
They probably got 10 more. Which once again, it's actually kind of bullish because it means Democrats aren't gonna like nuke crypto if they take over in 2028.
I can't wait to post this tweet today.
Huh?
I can't wait to post this exact tweet today.
You should, dude. Get the word out.
I'll send it in the private chat so you can get to it for this.
I know exactly who Cody is. Cody Rhodes, the wrestler.
Cody Rhodes.
Also, by the way, SpaceX ticker, the X ticker is dropping. The hidden other, right? We've talked about on Polymarket how you can farm the other. The hidden other is up to 25%.
Let's go. SpaceX ticker.
Yeah.
What will their ticker be? Easy just left. He said, I got to get this tweet out. I'm out of here. Actually, I do have to go as well. We have a hard stop. Thank you all for listening. It's been a wonderful Wednesday on the Daily Bone podcast. The hidden other on Polymarket is pumping. I'm showing the market right now. Thank you for listening. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple. Also catch us on Zora and YouTube, where we stream each and every day. You can see what we're talking about, what markets we're trading in real time.